So we are here discussing about how
Miracles.
and how Jesus
right.
actually help people.
And I think
So
it can make me look cute.
we just heard a story, right? And the story, yes, let me briefly say the story. A pastor and his wife were involved in an accident. The pastor died. The wife survived, but she was seriously injured and she was in a hospital. His sister visited her at the hospital, and when she came out of the hospital, she was crying. She was at her car and she was sobbing and crying. And as she was crying like that, and wondering about the state of your sister, the passing of your brother-in-law, she felt a hand on her shoulder.
Jeez.
And that hand was of a man, and the man asked her with so much care and love, and you can clearly see the love and care from the man's face.
Jeez.
Ask her about her worries and her, and her state. And the man comforted him, and the man talked to him, and she felt better after that. And at that point, her other sister, I think, came, and when she looked at the other sister on the other side to talk to her,
Just what disappeared, guys.
the man, before we even go there, the man, she asked the man who the man was. She was hoping the man would tell him that he's a pastor or, he's somebody. And when she asked the man who he is, he just said he's from Bethlehem.
Huh?
And by the way, this is happening in Bloemfontein. And this man said he's from Bethlehem. And we know that Bethlehem is just over 100 kilometers from Bloemfontein. There's an actual place outside Bloemfontein called Bethlehem. So the man just said he's from Bethlehem. And when she was talking to the sister going back there, turned back again, the man was gone. And they were in a parking which was so quiet. Nobody was there as well. And then she asked her sister, have you seen the man whom I was talking to? He said, yeah, you were talking to somebody here. And but I didn't see how he went away or how he walked away.
Yes.
So here is the thing. I do believe in miracles, and I do believe in a Jesus who avails himself to help people. But clearly, I think whichever way we look at the story, whichever version we believe at the story, my version that I believe the most is that this was an actual man like you and me from Bethlehem.
Mina,
my wife on the other hand.
Jesu waseNazareth owazalelwe eBethlehem. Wazalelwe eBethlehem, wazalelwe uphi Jesu?
Yes, Jesus.
Kodwa ngithi uJesu mina.
Jesus of Nazareth.
WaseNazareth.
The one whose hands are pierced.
Lo waseBethlehem esimaziyo wase.
The one who is in heaven. Yeah, the one who actually was born. This is a very interesting story. Who came to die for our sins. He was born, lived, died, resurrected, and appeared to more than 500 people. And at last, he was seen going up into heaven. And when the men were looking distraughted in the book of Acts, the angel appeared to them and he said to them, why are you, so discouraged? This same Jesus whom you see going up into heaven, who come back again in this same manner. So here is what I think. Here is what I think.
Lokuthi mayaqeda ukuhlangana noJesu angasacela ngisho ne5 million kodwa leyana uJesu.
And the other thing here is that the woman herself, she believes she met Jesus, and she also says, why could I not just speak a little longer with him? And the person who was sharing the story, the pastor, also believed that it was Jesus. But from
your wife?
My wife also believed that this was Jesus. But from me, I know that Jesus said in his word, who will do more than what he has done. And he asks us to be like him. He asks us to be perfect. And here is why I really like the vision I'm taking of saying that this was an actual man from Bethlehem. Just like you and me, with beard and hair and eyes and just a man like me. I know Jesus is also like that. Well, let's not talk about Jesus' appearance, but I know. So the reason why I like that vision is that in this day and age, God uses you and me to actually help others.
Angandi.
And here is the thing. I do believe in a God of miracles, and I do believe in a God who made manna rain.
You can't say you believe in miracles, man.
Why? Just because I believe that it was a man. I believe I believe that actually was a miracle. But that miracle was that God used a man like you and me to perform that miracle and to do that. And to comfort that lady.
Lawyer mama wahlangana noJesu. Wakamfatwa uJesu qobo lwakhe.
uJesu yena
Jesu.
The Son of Man, the Son of God. In the beginning there was a word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. The one in whom the whole universe is sustained.
Yebo. Ayikho into emhlulayo ukuthi ahamba yohlangana naloya mama amcomfort, because loya mama was going through the most.
She was going through the most, and I don't doubt the compassion and the love of Jesus Christ and the ability to do that.
uJesu loyana.
And here is why I believe it was man. It was an actual man. It's because Jesus uses you and me. And here is the other thing that I was just about to say, that I do believe in a God of miracles and a God who make manna rain from heaven. I do believe in him, and I do believe that manna indeed actually rained from heaven. But in this day and age, and now, God is going to use me and you to take our bread from our cupboard to give to a hungry person. Don't meet a hungry person on the robot and expect that, oh, God of miracles is going to make manna rain. You are the miracle that is supposed to,
Mina nomfundisi nalo mama asikho lapho. Thina sila ekutheni uJesu loyana owacomforta loya mama.
I know you are not there, but there is a fine line and a fine danger.
No, most of the times we are the ones that have to show compassion, and we are the ones that actually show the glory of God to people. Like what you say, Muti, you can take bread from your house and go give it to someone else. God might not make it rain like manna. Kodwa mina ngithi uyazi ukuthi kunabantu abahambe bayolala bangana gross abavuye ekuseni indlu igcwele gross.
It's very possible, and I do believe that God can do those miracles, and I do believe that those type of miracles could also be somebody who go and drop stuff and yeah.
Okay, on a serious note, yes, Joe Kellamina in all this, I also believe it was a man
from Bethlehem
that lady met, and that man just had so much compassion and care and all that. And I also believe God uses us to change people's lives. When your family member, your neighbor, or whoever does not have, God touches us to actually do something about it. Because if uNkulunkulu anganisa igrocery manje, like amazulu avuleke kuni grocery
500 billion,
singafa sonke emhlabeni. Ngisho nalaba ababelieve la kuma miracles, sonke singafa, because our minds are not able to
fathom
such grasp to fathom such miracles. Even today, mungahlangana nomuntu akuphi 100 rand and you really in need kuleyo 100 rand, it's mind blowing.
It's mind blowing.
But now imagine uNkulunkulu avula amafastera wezulu. Anisi grocer. Anisi grocer noma kanjani. Anise le oyidingayo kwakho, like each household anise grocer specifically for that house. No one will be able to understand what is happening. So God uses us as human beings to touch other people's lives. That's why it's very important to have an ear for God, to have a heart for God, to have a heart for people as well, to actually know and understand if you have, it doesn't mean that everyone has. And we are blessed so that we can be blessings to others. God does not give us to boast, but he gives us so that we can give to the next person. I like what Ubu David once said.
Ubu David was a Bible.
No.
this is a real brother
my
David
brother.
that we do have. Ubaba uNtuli, Baba uNtuli,
Usompisi.
Usompisi wangempela. Akusudavid waseBhayibheli lona. So just to make matters clear here.
He said something very powerful that when you have money, that money, not all of it is yours. And once you understand that concept, angikhulumi ke nalabantu abagxeka i-tithe and offering, angikho lapha ngikhulumi nani. When God gives you money, if you understand what that money, not all of it is yours. Khona ofanele uyidlulise to another person, to another family, to another cause, to another organization. If you understand that, and then it means that you're allowing God to trust you with even more. If God is able to trust you with 100 rand, which I know many 100 rand, she's faithful enough to take 10 rand and pass it on to this organization that needs it. How can he then not trust me 1,000 rand? How can he not then trust me 1 million? So you become indlela where God is able to pass through all this.
He who is faithful in the least is also faithful
to pass through all this money.
much.
So it's very, very important to be that kind of a person. And iBhayibheli liyasho ukuthi umuntu kahle kahle obusisiwe is the one that gives. Not the one that
blessed
receives.
is the hand that giveth and the hand that receives.
Yes, because if you give, you make room to receive more. And the more room you make, the more you get. And the more we understand that as human beings, the better our lives. Khona omunye okhotile wathi the happiest person is the person that gives.
Yeah, that's very true. Blessed is a cheerful giver. And it says that, I think, in Proverbs, I'm not too sure of the word here, but he who gives is always well watered. And the pastor also said that if you trust and believe in God, he promises us that your bread and water is sure. That is all you need for your sustenance is sure.
Yeah.
And he also entrusts blessings unto you that belongs to somebody else.
Yeah.
And I like was it Trevor Noah also who was talking about how I don't think it was Trevor Noah, but it was somebody else who was talking about how his mother taught him how to give, that if your hands are full, you cannot receive more, but if your hands are full, you pass something, you keep on receiving.
Yeah.
It's wonderful and beautiful lessons that we learn from that.
And that's how it is in everything, not just money.
Yeah.
In everything. The more you give love, the more you receive love.
The more you give knowledge, the more you receive knowledge.
You receive knowledge, because if you give as very powerful kakhulu ke le. Because if you give knowledge, you become more eager to find out more about something, about a subject or whatever. That's why people go and get PhDs.
Yeah.
It's because they have the zeal, the hunger, they want to go and find out more about a specific topic. That's why ungahlangana ne-physicist, right? Ucabanga ukuthi hey uwazi yonke into emhlabeni. Ngicela ukutshela ukuthi akazi lutho nge-statistics. Umntana abantu uzazela nje i-quantum mechanics. You understand why? Because they've spent so much time on that specific topic and they are well advanced in that specific topic. You understand? So the more knowledge you give, the more you get.
And you can only give what you have. So if you really are somebody who gives all the time, God will give you, because you can only give what you have.
That's true.
So if you have got bread and you give it away, God wants bread to be given away, so He will give you more because He wants you to always have. But yeah, this the few lessons that we had today in a nice way, a nice manner.
Yeah.
And
be kind.
Be kind to one another. That's very true.
Be kind.
You need to be
another. And
kind, courteous,
loving.
Yeah.
That's even in business, guys. In business, but people in business that are willing to go an extra mile and actually dig deep in their pockets tend to be the very same people that get more from the business.
That succeed more, yeah.
But ongoqo
yeah, that's it from the Botsho family, and yeah, we have been quite very for a long time on our YouTube channel, but we are still alive and we're still doing good in the lockdown, and we are happy to be receiving all these God's providences and doing our part in where we can. And yeah, we love you. Be blessed.
Bathi angazi meme or in bathi kule lockdown uzophuma either one of these things. Either uzophuma usidudla, uzophuma pregnant, uzophuma ufit.
Usuthini manje? Mina I'm coming out fit personally, but anyway, that's it. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The more you share, the more you receive. The more you like, the more you are liked. The more you subscribe, the more we also subscribed to. You know. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.